Hey guys, this is Nodlammers of Invoked 101 and welcome back, and today I'm doing the Ritual Beast deck profile. This is a profile that I've been working on for quite some time and I'm still, it does everything I want it to. There's just a few cards that are like kind of in here temporarily until I can get some stuff to fix it and complete it to the point where I'm truly happy with it, but for right now it works and it does exactly what I want it to. Before we get started, down in the description there's a link to our Discord, so if you feel like chatting with us, that's down there. Our Patreon is also down there, so if you feel like backing the channel in any way, you can check that out. And then as well down there is a link to our Teespring, which features some of our merch, so if you feel like getting yourself an Invoked 101 t-shirt or a sticker or whatever it is that we have put up right now, you can go check that out, all down in the description below. And also, before we get into it, big shout out to Gaz on Dual Amino. He hooked me up with just about this entire deck minus like 10 cards. It was almost all there. So all the Ritual Beast stuff in the deck profile, along with a few of the spell and traps, all were from him. So thanks a lot, man. Anyway, setting this off to the side, we're gonna take these spells, traps, and extra deck off the side and get right into the main deck monsters. To start us off with the Ritual Beast Tamers, we start with Triple Elder. This is one of the main cards of the deck. What he does, it says, after you normal summon this card, you can normal summon one Ritual Beast monster during your main phase this turn. In addition to your normal summon / set, you can only gain this effect once per turn. You can only special summon Ritual Beast Tamer Elders once per turn, which leads into the whole effect clause of all the Ritual Beast monsters, which is that you can only special summon them once per turn. You can only special summon each named one once per turn, which is due to the fact that all the of the fusion monsters that they have, which I'll talk about when we get to the fusion monsters. After that, we have Triple Spiritual Beast Tamer Winda. So that not only is this one a Ritual Beast Tamer, this is also a Spiritual Beast monster, so it's actually one of the best cards to play in the deck. And her effect is, if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card by battle or card effect, you can special summon one Ritual Beast monster from your deck or extra deck, ignoring summoning conditions. And then of course it has the summon once per turn clause on it. So this is a really cool one to summon, especially since you can summon two of them at the same time off of one card, and then you have two of them in defense mode and just wait, and your opponent basically can't hit you with spell or trap removal, or I mean monster removal, or attack you, because then you get to summon a big thing from the extra deck. After that, we have two Ritual Beast Tamer Wens, and Wen's effect is, if this card is normal summoned, target one of your banished Ritual Beast monsters, special summon it. You can only special summon Wen once per turn. So this one grabs from banished, and then I know that Lara on normal summon grabs from graveyard, which is very cool. So they kind of grab from different places. One's a 1-for-1 target, and then the other one's a E-Telly target along with Elder, but it's realistically just for the E-Telly target. And then, so that's it for the Tamers. Then we have the Spiritual Beast. We have Triple Kanahawk. This is probably one of the best ones, although Rampengu is also really good, and we'll talk about him when we get to him. So this is, there's a combo that you do that needs Elder and Kanahawk, and it just kicks off everything. It gives you the full combo. And so Kanahawk's effect is, once per turn, you can banish one Ritual Beast card from your deck face up during your second standby phase after this effect is activated. Add the card banished by this effect to your hand. So he's like a gold sarcophagus, if you will. And then we have Triple Rampengu, the other best Ritual Beast monster, and they're kind of getting shuffled together because of the way I'm putting them. But anyway, Rampengu's effect is, once per turn, you can banish one Ritual Beast monster from your extra deck and send a Ritual Beast monster with the same type as that monster from your deck to the graveyard. So unfortunately, we can't send Kanahawk straight to the grave anymore without wasting our ulti Kanahawk, because of course ulti Kanahawk is limited. Next up, we have Spiritual Beast Apelio, and what Spiritual Beast Apelio's effect is, once per turn during either player's turn, you can banish a Ritual Beast card from your graveyard. For the rest of this turn, all Ritual Beast monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense. And you'll notice that most of these actually don't have hard once per turn effects on them, and that's what allows this deck to do all its crazy stuff. And then the last two monsters we play, one of them is Petalfin, which says once per turn you can banish a Ritual Beast card from your hand, target one card your opponent controls, return it to the hand, which I actually ended up using in a match against one of my buddies to get rid of a card that couldn't be destroyed by card effects. And then last up is Zephyr Pilica. So, oh, this is a Ritual Beast Tamer. Oh, I thought this was a Spiritual Beast monster. Oops. So shows how much I know. Anyway, so this card's effect is when this card is normal or pendulum summoned, you can target one Ritual Beast or Zephyr monster in your graveyard, except Zephyr Pilica, special summon it, but destroy it during the end phase. So it's kind of like another copy of Laura, but a little bit bigger with 1,000 attack. You can only special summon Zephyr Pilica once per turn, and it has a pendulum effect, which is you can't pendulum summon monsters except Ritual Beasts and Zephyrs, which... that's kind of like all the Zephyr monsters effect is that you can't pendulum summon them except for the archetype that they're a part of and Zephyra. So that's it for the monster part of the deck. Then we have the spell and trap part. So the first spell that we're playing is Ritual Beast's Bond, which says that you special summon, banish 2 Ritual Beast monsters you control, special summon a Ritual Beast from the extra deck, ignoring summoning conditions, quick play spell. And then 1 Ritual Beast Return, which is kind of similar. It says banish a Ritual Beast monster from your hand, then target a banished Ritual Beast monster and special summon it. That's banished or in your graveyard. After that, we have 2 MST, which I'm probably going to bump up to 3. Double Pot of Acquisitiveness, which is really cool. Just a cool little draw card for this deck. 1 E-Telly, because everything is psychic, and this just helps us get 1 psychic monster on the board by sacrificing it and not being able to get it back. But if it's a card that can get you started, then it's fine. 1 Called by the Grave, which I would love to put more of in this deck. 1 Defissure. It doesn't really matter if your stuff goes to the graveyard as long as, because you can get it back from the banished anyway, so it doesn't really matter. 1 Burial from a Different Dimension. This is just to return, oh my god. This is just to return some of our banished stuff to the graveyard in case we really need it there. And that's it for the spells. So yeah, so the spell lineup will probably change at some point, but the trap lineup is where it's really good. So the first trap we play is triple Ritual Beast Steeds. This is one of the main cards, if not the main card, that is the reason Ritual Beast should be played right now. So this says if you control a Ritual Beast monster, destroy monsters on the field up to the number of Ritual Beast monsters currently on the field, which is amazing. Non-targeting destruction for each Ritual Beast, which I believe like the max I got was like pop 5, but I'm certain you could get to pop 6 if you really tried. And that's in combination with a card like Ritual Beast Ambush, which says target a Ritual Beast Tamer monster and 1 Spiritual Beast monster that are banished and or in your graveyard. Special summon them in defense mode. After this card is activated, you cannot special summon monsters except Ritual Beasts. For the rest of the turn, you can only activate 1 Ambush. So being able to recover some guys and also just pop a bunch of cards is what makes this deck still pretty decent in casual play. After that, we have Triple Gozen Match. Your entire deck is wind except for like 1 card in the extra deck, if I recall. Let me look. Yeah, except for 1 card in the extra deck, and you don't ever summon it, so it's like, it's fine. And after that, 1 Macrocosmo. Macrocosmos is for, it's like a second copy of Defissure, really. So, you know, just another really cool card to play in the deck. That's it for the main deck. Next up, we have the extra deck, and I'm going to kind of go through all these guys. So we got 1 Ulti Kanahawk because it's limited. So Ulti Kanahawk is really cool. All the Ritual Beasts have a similar effect, which is their tag out function, and I'll talk about that when we go through Kanahawk's effect, since Kanahawk is really the main one that you summon, simply because it allows you to do stupid things. So it need all the Ritual Beast fusion monsters, except for 1 of them, simply need a Ritual Beast Tamer and a Spiritual Beast monster. And so it says, must be special summoned from your extra deck by banishing the above cards you control and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You do not use polymerization. Once per turn, you can target 1 of your banished Ritual Beast cards, return it to the graveyard, and if you do, add 1 Ritual Beast card from your deck to your hand. During either player's turn, you can banish this card. You can return this card you control to the extra deck, then target 2 of your banished monsters, 1 Ritual Beast Tamer, and 1 Spiritual Beast monster, special summon them in defense mode. So both of those effects are not hard once per turns, the return and the search, meaning that you can loop Kanahawk if you can get it going. And that's the whole point behind the Kanahawk, is to loop it and it searches. So after that, we have triple Ulti Apelio. So this one's really cool. This is just probably the second best one, which is why we play 3 of it. It's one of the better ones to send to the graveyard off of Rampengu, along with another one that I'll talk about when I get to it. But it's also pretty okay attack-wise. So its effect is must be special summoned by banishing the above materials. And It says, if this card attacks, it is unaffected by other card effects until the end of the damage step, and then it has the, during either player's turn, you can return it to the extra deck effect. So each of them has the effect of being able to, during either player's turn, return and summon some banished ones, and then the other effect is that they need to be, and then their summoning clause is that they need to be summoned by banishing the stuff. After that, we have 2 Ulti Petalfin, which has the effect of cannot be destroyed by card effects, and has a 2800 defense stat. And then after that, we have 2 Ritual Beast Ulti Gaia-Pelio, which Gaia-Pelio is the one who I was talking about. It's the only non-wind monster in the extra deck. And its effect is that its condition is that it needs a Ritual Beast Ulti monster, a Tamer, and a Spiritual Beast. So it needs 1 fusion monster along with some other stuff to contact fuse. And its effect is, if summoned this way, if you fusion summon it, it gains this effect. During either player's turn, when a spell or trap card or a monster effect is activated, you can banish a Ritual Beast card from your hand, negate the activation, and destroy it. So that's pretty cool. And after that, we have probably the biggest boon to this deck ever. This card gave this deck new life. Triple Ulti Kumin Falcos. And Kumi Falcos is amazing. Every time I summon this card, it just lets you keep going. It lets you extend a lot further. It's amazing, and it's one of the best archetypal Link monsters, in my opinion, next to the Gem Knight. Like, as far as like a Link monster that actually did something that an archetype needed, this and the Gem Knight are amazing. So it needs 2 Ritual Beast monsters, and its effect is Ritual Beast monsters. This card points to gain 600 attack and defense. You can banish 1 Ritual Beast card from your graveyard. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 Ritual Beast monster from your hand. You can only use this effect of Ritual Beast Kumi Falcos once per turn. Quick effect: you can return this card you control to the extra deck, then target 2 of your banished monsters, a Ritual Beast Tamer and a Spiritual Beast, special summon them in defense mode. So not only is it a Link monster, not only does it banish one of the materials you use for its Link summon and give you an extra normal summon, it also basically works like another fusion monster, which is amazing and is exactly what this deck wanted in a Link monster. It does exactly what it needs to do. So that's it. That's it. That's it for the deck. I've played this deck a bit. I haven't played it as much as I would like to, I will admit, but I've played it enough that I've gotten a hang of it and can do the standard stuff with it. I like it. I've enjoyed playing it. Sometime it was Ritual Beasts were a deck that I had kind of eyeballed as a fusion player, because fusion is just like my favorite mechanic in the whole game. So when I was like, oh, there's this crazy contact fusion deck, admittedly I was disappointed in the way that it was supposed to be played, like the way that it benefits the board and the competitive way to play it. I was like, oh, it doesn't end with fusion monsters, which is a little upsetting. But after that, and after I got over that, and I was like, oh, this is actually kind of a cool deck to play, because it lets you just make these stupid boards and then pop and then blow a bunch of stuff up. I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then you just poke for damage and recycle the combo. It's really cool and it's really fun. So if you guys, it's super cheap too. I picked this off my buddy on Duelamino for like $5. So if you guys want a really interesting deck, something new to play, this definitely could be up your alley. Anyways, tell me what you guys thought in the comments below. While you're down there, check out the description. Again, down there is our Discord for chatting with us, our Teespring if you want to pick up some merch, and our Patreon if you feel like supporting the channel. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.